Starting
Wait,
up now.
wait.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Deuce. Welcome to the We Got Leagues Fightcast for the Fight Club for you guys. We are here with our tournament edition. So last time we talked to you guys, we were here talking about breaking the first rule of Fight Club. And we let you know, guys know who we are. I'm Deuce. We got Till on here, and we also have Corey.
What up? What up?
And
It's
yep.
good.
And so we're going to do every month, we're going to break a rule. We're going to let you guys know different rules at Fight Club. But today, we're also going to talk about tournaments because what's the other side of FGC, the fighting game community? We all like to play fighting games, but we also want to get better, and some people want to be like Daigo. Everybody want to get up there and try to maybe win some money. So we want to keep an eye on the tournament scene as well. So we're going to talk about, in our video cast series, we're going to talk about both the competitive side of fighting games as well as just casual playing with your buddies. We're going to have casual tournaments that we host. We're also going to have lobbies that we play pretty much multiple times a week that you all can keep up with us on WeGotLeagues.com as well as our individual Twitter pages. You can check out on We Got Leagues at We Got Leagues on Twitter as well for when lobbies are getting posted up. But here we are. It's the tournament edition, the first tournament edition of our series. What we're going to have is Corey's going to go over some of these tournaments that just went past. We had a lot of stuff going on this past 2 weeks. I mean, we had KIT, we had Mad Cats had a Street Fighter V pre-tournament in California. What else did we have, Corey? What you got over there?
So as you mentioned, we had KIT, which happened in Tennessee. We had the Madcast Cup that happened in NorCal, and we had the ESL Grand Finals of Season 2. So first today, I'm going to go ahead and cover with you guys the KIT results, which this is pretty much considered the last major tournament, which it was the last major tournament before Street Fighter V releases. As a quick rundown of some of the results, we had Sonic Fox take first, taking out Scar 5-0 in the Grand Finals in MKX. We had Knuckle Duke coming out on top, taking out Hamad in the Ultra Street Fighter 4 finals. We had Tempo Chris G dominate the competition during Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. We had Sleep, who was one of the favorites to win KI Cup, which is coming up this weekend. Take out Thompson, who was an online warrior and been grinding it out to get there, and congrats to him to making it. We had some Tekken 7 play, Speed Kicks won, Guilty Gear, DOA, Sonic Fox, who took first place. His brother took first place in DOA 5. Not to mention Fox still got like in other games. Injustice first place. Man, it was a lot of stuff that took place. You can find the results just Googling KIT, Kumite in Tennessee 2016 to see everything that broke down from the casuals, money matches, everything like that. We had the Mad Cats 5 Cup to where LPN won first place. He was Birdie and Bison, who took out Grand Wolf, which isn't a household name, but in FGC he's really big because he's been around.
Grand Wolf's good. Yeah, he's good.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
I watched him.
he was bodying people with Birdie, wasn't he? He had
Yeah,
like an unblockable setup he had. At least it looked. Some people calling it gimmicks. Some people calling it early gimmicks, but
he's using Vega, but he's using Vega without the claw. He's taking the claw off instantly and bodying people free money. Which I've also heard LPN was probably the second best player, out there. So him and Grand Wolf making grand finals, no surprise. He won the player exhibition and he won the singles exhibition. So he took first place in both. So I mean, he beat Taquito in the player exhibition. So we all know Taquito godlike with his Akuma play, who he's playing Nash right now, currently in the build at SF5, which was major. And the
because
move on
Akuma is too busy fighting people over in Tekken Land, which we'll never get in America because they don't love us.
yeah.
So, Shamco, keeping it in the arcades. They won't give us our console release date. That's all we want. That's all we want. Y'all saw Nina coming back? Didn't they say something about Nina? I guess we'll
they
get back.
had a Nina reveal. They had a Nina reveal.
And that Nina reveal, I'm feeling the wedding dress. Anybody know me know I love some good pistol play, so we're here to come out there with the strap. Go ahead and with the scope, talk about I'm ready for war. I was like, I enjoyed that. But to finish out with the results this week, we're going with ESL Season 2, which if anybody who's been following MKS, Sonic Fox has been the player to beat since day one. He won the opening tournament. He won EVO. He won about 90% of the tournaments into last year. And coming this year, nothing's different. He beat UA Scar 5-0. Took first place, $60,000 for first place. I mean, like the kid's 17.
Like who's gonna be Sonic Fox?
They asked Sonic Fox. It said so you took first place. Who? Is there anybody can stop you? He said, no. That's all I needed
Yeah,
to
he
hear.
said no.
That's all I needed to
Like,
hear.
like, like Yomi gave them some problems. I mean, they had a whole team last year. A whole team Yomi did. It was what, a good 8, 9 people, like really training specifically to beat Sonic
They
Fox.
picked up 2
Mhm.
extra characters with Pig, and they picked up Tyrant as well to go ahead and help take out them. And then look what Sonic Fox has done. Out of the top 8, you got CR Sonic Fox at first, CR Wound Cowboy at third, and you got CR Biohazard tied for 5th place. So that's 3 out of the top 8 all took from critical response, which is what CR stands for those that didn't know. I mean, Sonic Fox said, look, I can't do it by myself. We're going to run this thing as a team, and he brought his guys along. But on a side note, even though they didn't finish high, it was good to see Perfect Legend make his return to tournament play and finish in the top 8. We all know about the Perfect 13, losing 13-0 to
Perfect
Sonic
myth.
Fox. Yeah, Perfect Myth. Uh, but he was able to pull it off and come back strong and finish top 8, which I think that was big for him. That was big to see him back, and I enjoy watching him play because he's flashy. He's really flashy with his style, and everybody know me. I love the flash.
Most
Yeah,
definitely, most definitely.
having Perfect Legend back in the mix is big for his confidence. I mean, I don't think he lost confidence for sure. But when you're a grown man about some things, man, you shouldn't let a teenage boy destroy your whole confidence, especially when you were, as his name says, you were a legend in a specific series of games. To be fair to the Yomi people, we got to recognize that Yomi doesn't play ESL, so they didn't bring their folk into that tournament. So
Right.
it wasn't like Yomi got bodied in that tournament, and
No,
it's
no.
just no. They were not there. They don't play the online series. So you gotta put that out
Of
there. But
course, of
That's
course.
definitely
true.
Sonic.
That's true.
I want to see what Sonic Fox does in other games. This is also true for like the ultra players. Like Corey said, LPN won the Madcast tournament. But LPN is a strong player, but LPN as a tournament player in terms of ultra, he ain't uh he ain't had the results. He's had some moments like he hit Gustavo
New
with a
year, new
wake
me,
up.
right?
Yeah,
New year, new
he
me, new game.
he
He got a new
he
game.
had.
Maybe he's got like maybe it's Street Fighter Five. It's his
And
time,
that's
right?
what's interesting about Street Fighter Five. You got when you get that first 6 months to a year of play where all the tech not discovered yet, you're gonna have some interesting results because it's all about reads and who you play and when you play them. And
Yep.
there'll be some guys who will be pretty good on when it first comes out. And then of course you'll see if the OGs or the legends or whatever
And
will
let's be
take
clear,
over.
5 is an easier game.
Five is a much easier. It's a much
Much,
easier game.
it is.
All around. It's
I'm terrible at Street Fighter, but I actually feel somewhat like I know what I'm doing on Street Fighter Five for the first time.
90% mental, 10% execution is how I think of 5. Like,
Yeah,
you can outthink your opponent. I mean, the game pretty much walks you through how to do the combo itself. You ain't got to do
yeah.
too much to get big damage.
I'm about to get godlike with it anyway, because on
I just
Saturday
want to make it out
I
of
get to hang
hoops.
out. I get to drive over. They're having it at Anime Revolution over in Vegas, over in the Miracle Mile shops. They're having a pre-launch Street Fighter Five event over at that. It's a comic book store, but it's all day Saturday and all day Sunday. Mike Ross and Combo Fiend are coming through, and they're going to have tutorial sessions, and it's going to be casual play. They're going to put it up on their stream for the show.
I'll be
You can check it
watching.
out on Goki,
Hmm.
Goki.com, Gouki. .com. They're hosting it, so they'll be streaming about 6 p.m. Mountain time. So I guess
So
that's
about eight,
eight,
about 8 out here.
eight,
That's 8
eight,
out here.
eight, 8 or 9 o'clock East Coast time. That'll be
Hmm.
tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to sneak on stream. But I'm gonna learn all the tech, and I'm gonna be the best player in Arizona, and probably the best player on the whole West Coast. After hanging out with those guys for like 2 3 hours. But I'm gonna be out there from 10 to 11, so that's a long day of playing Street Fighter.
Jesus,
So I'll
13.
let you guys know how that goes. Yeah, I'm gonna be out there all day.
That's that
So
real,
that's
that's
Saturday.
that pro player grind, man.
Yeah.
When they play eight, ten
Yeah, you
hours
know.
a day, that's how they get all that tech and learn where exactly low forward hits on every single character. Like that you play that game for hours and hours and hours, and you do the same thing for hours and hours and hours. If y'all don't know, world, I am the technician of this chat and of this podcast. I'm whenever we have moments about terms such as footsies, neutral, zoning, I'm going to be the one to teach you and explain it and how it goes. I'm a pretty good teacher, and I feel like y'all learn a lot if you're just trying to get into fighting games and learn the actual technical side of fighting games.
Oh yes, and like Till, he's the technician. I want to say I'm similar to that, but I'm more about the.
KI Cup is this weekend, right?
You right, you right,
Yeah,
you
KI Cup
right,
is this weekend.
Yeah.
you right, you right, and that's gonna be huge.
Killer Instinct.
Yes, the 32 players have already been decided. For people that are familiar with Ultra Arcade, they're the ones that's pretty much running the tournament, hosting it. It's $30,000 on the line. UA Bass is the number 1 seed. He's been grinding it out, considered one of the top 5 players since KIs came out. I mean, he's been grinding. CD Junior is going to be there. Thompson, who finished second at KIT, is going to be there. We got Charlie Boy. We got Jago Blake, which I'm a Jago fan, so I love watching him play. Thompson, who's another Jago player. We got Rico Suave. We got Grief, Gutter Magic. Man, it's some heavy hitters in this tournament. You can find the bracket at KillerInstantCentral.com if you want to see the full 32-man roster and see how the tournament will play out. If you want to make your bets or anything like that, but if I want to go, I mean, I gotta go with Bass. My dark horse for the tournament, I'm gonna say Thompson, man.
I like Thompson too.
He showed out at KIT. He was doing some things with Jago that I ain't even seen Jago Blake do, and his name is Jago Blake. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he
Exactly.
was grinding, and I'm all about guys that wave the do rag with the cape out in public. He was there live, and he was bodying some of your favorites free. So he's my
Yeah.
dark horse.
Most definitely.
I'm gonna go with Bass, and if I gotta throw 2 other names out there, I'm gonna go with Rico Suave and CD Junior. Seeing that Rico Suave is the reigning Evo champion, he did win
Right.
Evo 2015.
CD Junior won Evo last year. Not last year, 2014. So
Yes.
you
So
gotta keep the Evo champs as
of
a
course,
possible contender.
Yep, most definitely, most definitely. Looking good. Yeah. So what else we got coming up in this next couple weeks?
Street Fighter 5, man.
We
Street
only got
Fighter
2 weeks, right? It's only 2 weeks. A week and a half.
So, man, I'm
Like
so excited.
we're so close. It's so
I'm
close.
so excited.
It's so close. Hey, guess what? What are we doing? Are we doing something soon?
Oh yeah, we hosting a
What's
Street Fighter
happening?
5 tournament. Yes, sir. Release day tournament. For sure.
Yes, day. We're going. We obviously everybody's going to be on, and everybody's going to have lobbies and stuff on that day. But we wanted to have a launch tournament. But obviously with schedules, we're going to have an online tournament. So you heard it here first. We're having an online tournament hosted by We Got Leagues. What we're going to do is we're going to give everybody a week and a half to actually get the game. Because not
yes,
everybody get the game on launch day. Maybe not everybody has everything free that week of the launch. So we're giving everybody 2 weeks basically to get the game and be ready. So on the 28th, the last Sunday of the month of February, we're having We Got Leagues online tournament. So you heard it here first. You can look up to wegotleagues.com or follow at We Got Leagues on Twitter, and you'll see signups pop up shortly, probably within the next week. We'll start up signups for that tournament. There'll be a prize to be determined later, so you'll see that later. But
yeah.
just
Any
letting you know,
questions?
just giving that early heads up for anybody who's feeling really excited about Street Fighter. You'll have 2 weeks to train and get ready, but it's not serious. We're all casual gamers. None of us are Daigo just yet. Well, I might be after Saturday. After I hang out with those guys, I'll be Daigo. I'm
I'm
gonna
bringing
carry
my
everything
Ryu.
with a.
I'm bringing my Ryu.
Yeah,
Bringing
I'm
these
bringing Ryu.
Hadoukens. Bringing these Hadoukens.
I'm gonna press random. I'm gonna taunt you to death, and just hope you don't end up on the highlight reel. That's all I ask.
That's it. That's it.
But serious,
Nice.
you guys got any questions about signing up or can't find We Got Leads for some strange reason? Holler at me on Twitter at Corey Bliss. I'll be happy to walk you through it. You got at Ninja Deuce at the Till Show. you got any questions about it in general, kind of shy, don't want to get in yet, but you at least want to practice with us, feel free to add us. We would definitely run with you guys. We're always looking for newcomers, new competition, new training partners, helping people get better. You might even help us get better, which that's what we're hoping for. So, iron sharpens iron, as the word is the deuce. So that's just how we operate in the Fight Club.
Yeah,
That's right.
man.
That's right.
We're always trying to get each other better, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part about this chat is that everybody has a strength in different games and different aspects of fighting games in general. So where I'm really good at Street Fighter, we have guys that are good at Killer Instinct. Deuce is really good at Mortal Kombat X, and then you have guys that are good at zoning, good at playing defense, guys who are good at offense. So whatever you want to get better at, there's enough people here that is multifaceted. So you aren't just getting better at one particular thing or one particular game. Um, like I said, if you want to get better, I'm pretty good at Street Fighter. I can teach you. Me and Corey had a session on Evil Ryu just the other day. That's
Yes.
up on my stream.
Yes.
So I can walk you through some stuff. And like I said, as we get further and further along in these shows, we'll have times where we just talk about basic fighting game fundamentals, and we'll try to break it down to its simplest form. Because I guarantee you, if you play fighting game, you've done these things, you just don't know the terms, and so you can't really apply it until you know the terms, and you can say, "Oh, well, I've done that before," and then you'll see how you do it with each character.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of things that's coming up with this show. It's going to be informative. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. We're awesome. We're black.
Yes.
It's cool.
That too.
Yes.
You
Black
sure?
essence at its finest.
But so we got some new news coming up. We did have some tournaments, and they were very exciting. It was always all the hype, and I mean some incredible moments on the sticks. But we got some news. We got gaming news this past week. Let's see, where do we want to start? Let's say Mortal Kombat X. So they talked to us about the Combat Pack. How do you all feel about the at ESL? They showed us something with these robots. They brought the robots back. We knew they were bringing the robots back, and they showed us a trailer a couple weeks ago, and it was, okay, it looks like Sector, it looks like Cyrex. We wasn't sure about what the other thing. So then they said, okay, it's definitely Smoke. So Triborg, it's Cyrex, Sector, Smoke. And our buddies from across the pond, Ketchup and Mustard, it's some streamers over there, infamous Mortal Kombat players in tournament. One Ketchup, red, he played Sector, and Mustard, yellow, he played Cyrax. And they got to, at ESL Grand Finals for the MKX League, they got to play Cyrax and Sector and show off as far as what they're capable of. And man, the vortexes are real.
Yeah, the setups and after the knockdown is...
Needless to say, I'll be using Smoke.
As somebody who's played the game the least amongst the people on this podcast, it got me super excited to try the game again. The reason why I love watching high-level Mortal Kombat X, it's tough to play because if you're outsmarted once, maybe twice, the round is over. And
Yep.
That's tough for me. I like having multiple chances to come back and defend myself. But I will say that the trailer for particularly Triborg got me super excited to try the game again. Even if I don't just play Triborg, if I play other characters, it's gotten me back into wanting to learn the game again. In addition to them using a better netcode, using rollback netcode now. So it's definitely better for you to play online and all that. So
I can definitely speak on behalf of me and Deuce. We spent, I can't even count how many hours we probably spent running matches together. Man, I'm talking about like from 12 a.m. to about 8. We've watched the sunrise and went to work straight like, hey, we ain't gonna get no sleep tonight.
Running matches. Just sitting there running matches.
Learning
just
new
laughing.
Trying to get better.
Like, oh, shit.
And man, for them to have better netcode, so many times I can hear me and Deuce complain in my head, man, I can't pull this combo off online. It's just impossible. And for them to fix that issue, man, is a big thing. And as much as I gave Ed Boon flack, if anybody that follows me on Twitter might have seen.
Flack is putting it mildly. Flack is putting it mildly.
Hey, I want to say thank you,
Mr.
Ed.
Boone, I told him don't do
it. Hey, but I want to say he has, what Warner Brothers and NetherRealm has done with this game visually and the presentation of it has been some of the greatest things I've ever seen in life. And I appreciate what they've done because it's made every other game step it up. I look at what Street Fighter V is doing, which we'll discuss in a little bit about their story trailer, what they put out, what Killer Instinct has done with their characters, even down to what Arc System is doing with the new Blaze and Guilty Gear with new characters, new storyline, enhancing everything. It's amazing that I personally feel like it's all come from Mortal Kombat with what they've done, but also with having a company like Warner Brothers, having those writers, having those guys that do that for a living, and what they've done with the CW network. And I mean, like ESL is going to be premiering live on TV in February for those of you guys that missed it.
Yeah.
Watch the live sequence. Yeah. That's going to be amazing.
No. Where are they going to be on? On
the
WB?
On the
CW.
CW network.
Yeah, it's not the WB no
February
more.
It's not the WB anymore. I'm old. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the CW.
February 15th, still owned by Warner Brothers. They're going to be putting out ESL Grand Finals and Final Song, which is like, man, that
we're watching video games on national TV.
National television.
All because of Mortal Kombat. That game has propelled us into upper echelon status, and it's made eSports.
Come on.
I mean,
ESPN was covering it.
Yeah.
Dude. We saw K-Brad get somebody to stun her on live national TV.
We were just talking on what's the rapper Lupe Fiasco talking about playing Daigo in Street Fighter V.
Yeah, he wants. Man,
like, come on. I mean, it's so pop culture is catching up to video games. Remember, it was just for nerds and weirdos who hung out in their basement. Now all the cool kids play video games.
What's so crazy? All the cool kids always did. I think they were just scared to say they could.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because
you're only good at the game because you don't do anything. You don't have a girlfriend. Exactly. You must not have a girlfriend because you spend so much time on the video game.
Exactly.
I'm married. Happily.
Right.
I'm gonna be
she
quiet.
games too. But oh yeah, but you did bring up Street Fighter. You did bring up Street Fighter and how they're kind of taking cues from these other games. Street Fighters have been a big, if it's not broke, don't fix it with Capcom and their fundamentals on how they decide to bring out Street Fighter. They'll give you one, almost kind of like a beta, and then they remix it a bunch of times, and it's hyper ultra back in the day when I walked them out to the store, slap your mama edition of the game. And now they're going away from that. We're just going to have Street Fighter 5. That is it. And they're just going to update it and roll it up and give it better stuff without giving us all these different extra versions that you have to buy. I appreciate that. And the one thing that's pretty much kept me a little bit far away from Street Fighter, because I'll press buttons on it, I like it, but I didn't get invested because who are these characters outside of what I see on the screen? You have to go hunt down comic books or the vague few movies. You have to really dig and dig and dig to find out why exactly are these incorporating the more intuitive story mode, and they're going to extend it with free DLC. I think they kind of counted all their money that they collected from us over the last 20 years of multiple editions. I mean, this is only the fifth. This is only the fifth Street Fighter since the 80s. So I mean,
I fell off Street
Fighter and Mortal Kombat have been coming out about neck to neck, and they're on the 10th Street Fighter Mortal Kombat.
I remember getting out of high school, 2 o'clock, going right to GameStop that was in the mall at the time, picking up Street Fighter 4, and not even a year later hearing about Super Street Fighter, and it was the same cost. I'm like, damn. So I purchased that. They said AE. I said, man, fuck this. I'm not going to buy it no more. I'm done with this game. I got rid of it.
The same game.
Same game.
Like one character.
Yeah, man.
Same game. They just charge you full price for a whole new game, and all they did was add one character.
I was so excited. Ultra came
some
out.
Costumes. Some animal costumes.
I purchased Ultra, and me being a noob at the time, I didn't really know what was different in the game. It felt the same to me. Got rid of it immediately, and that just kind of completely turned me off from Street Fighter. But luckily, I found my way and stuff like that. Met you guys, and you guys got me back into it, which I'm thankful for. So I'm glad to start fresh. and now that I know how games work, I'm a little more knowledgeable. I won't
Right.
be so turned off with updates and stuff. I can actually grow with the game, which I've done with Mortal Kombat pretty much. All the different patches and stuff like that. Old me would have got turned off, said, nah, I'm good. I don't like the changes. But learn to roll with the punches, see the updates. It's got me prepared for 5, and I can't wait to hit the ground running. February 16th, for those that don't know, that is the day.
Yep, that's V-Day.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Right.
Yes,
And
sir.
what's
Yes, sir.
to bring it all together, the actual I know we joke about how many additions they've made for Street Fighter, but the actual reasoning for it is for balance and changing purposes. Like
Mhm.
with the way fighting games work in particular is a game comes out, human players play it for a while and pretty much discover ways to glitch, not necessarily glitch the game out, but
To be cheap.
strategies to be cheap, right? Strategies to earn cheap wins. When you play for money, you got to figure out all the ways you want to win. It's as simple as that. So
Sweeping uppercut.
those
Sweeping
right.
uppercut. That's all I'm gonna do. Sweeping uppercut because you can't block it.
so so those players are the ones who drive the updates and the changes. So they could either complain to your combo fiends or the makers of the games, and they say this isn't right or this is right, and the combo fiends of the world, they listen and they bring out another game 6 months to a year later, and so on and so forth. That's why we're on the 5th Street Fighter and the technically 11th Mortal Kombat. Like no one
Yeah.
at NetherRealm, well, Midway / NetherRealm, they didn't care. Like they didn't care to update. Like if the game was broken, I remember playing Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and doing 90% combos with Ermac. If your game was
Yep.
broken, the game was broken. Like they just
That was
whatever. So
it.
that's
Hey,
where
I'm okay with that. I'm not paying another $40 at that
right,
time and 60,
Yeah.
$60 now for a balance update. But luckily, in the great age of the internet, they don't have to charge us that anymore. They can
right,
just send us an over-the-air update and just change it on a whim, and I'm okay with that. I'll take the download, and if they need to change it every week, I don't care. If they change it
Yes.
once a
right.
year, I don't care. I just want to play the game. Give me a game that works. And if you feel like you
Mm-hmm.
need to change some stuff because somebody found some sleazy way to win, by all means, do
I'm all
whatever you
for
got to do. Yeah, I'm
Right,
all for it because I don't want to come across that online. I don't want to be playing somebody for money and they find that one cheap move that can just it's unblockable. So
right.
we don't want to do that either. So that's cool. I'll take the updates.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh man, but see, what we got Chaos season 3 coming up. That's looking good. I'm liking everything they're doing with that. They're going to expand the story for the season 2 characters as well.
That's March, correct?
Looking forward to seeing
That's
Tusk.
March. That comes out in
Yeah, that's
March.
coming out in March. Yeah, we got a couple more weeks for that, so that comes out in March. Man, this is the age of fighting games, guys. I mean, I'm really hyped. It's too many
It's the
games
new
to play.
golden.
It's too many games to play. It's too much to keep up with. We got a new Guilty Gear coming out this summer, a new Blaze Blue coming out this summer. I mean, it's a big year.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
that's
think.
just fighting games. That's just fighting games. I got demos. I got betas after betas on my console right now. I haven't even touched. I mean, come on, what the Division and UFC. That's technically kind
Right.
of a fight. It's a sports simulator. But I'm about to get on UFC after we get off of this. I mean, it's a lot going on this year.
Yeah, man.
But I'm happy to start this journey with our loving viewers. If you guys have any suggestions or anything, just let us know. We'll keep whatever y'all want to hear, whatever y'all want to cover, we will cover it going forward. But other than that, man, I'm glad and I'm excited about going into this next couple weeks of tournament play. February is going to be big.
Yes.
We're going to start making a rotation for you guys so you know when we're coming on. We're going to do the second and no, what did I say? I said it right, right?
Second
Yeah,
and fourth.
second and fourth. Yep,
Second and
second
fourth
and fourth
Thursdays.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep, second and fourth Thursday, same time, same bat channel. Again, I'm old. 10 p.m. Eastern time, so everybody knows. So the second and fourth Thursday. So you can always look in this YouTube channel, and we'll be streaming here. We might switch to do some pre-recorded shows as well in between times, so stay tuned. But you can always look forward to twice a month on this second and fourth Thursdays. We will definitely be here.
And we will do special shows for big events.
Yes.
Best believe Street Fighter 5, we're going to have a show. I believe we're going to do one next week after KI Cup happens. We may
Hmm.
do something small for Naruto. was final round. Each major tournament, I'm sure we're going to have a show to go along with that. And the one I'm looking forward to, which is some time from now, the live Evo show when we all together finally. And,
Yeah, we got a little bit of time for that because a lot of us are going over to Evo.
yes,
We'll be live at the scene in Las Vegas at the new convention center that they just announced for us. So Evo's doing some big things. I wouldn't be surprised if that by the time July comes around, there'll be maybe an ESPN, maybe ESPN2 type of
Yeah,
deal where Evo might get put up on tap
like
of
on
course.
national TV, yeah,
yeah.
on ESPN or something like that.
If
So I
not this
wouldn't be
year,
surprised.
definitely next year.
Oh
Definitely
yeah,
next year, man.
Exactly.
Definitely.
it will
Most
definitely be on
definitely.
ESPN 3. I'll bet $5 on that one.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe
yeah.
ESPN Sace.
Yeah.
Shout out.
El Seis, El Seis,
If anybody's from Twitter, y'all might catch that joke.
El Seis.
ESPN Sace. Yeah. We're definitely going to be on ESPN Sace. 24-hour
Sure.
broadcast. All
Yeah,
right,
man,
man.
this
Y'all
is a
got
biggie.
anything to say? Well,
Nah.
how y'all feel about the Evo announcements about the games that's going to be played? Y'all feel any
I
type of
think
way about Ultra
those were the
now?
9 games. I think those are the 9 games that should have main stage coverage. Like I feel like those are the 9 games that over the 3 days those should be on stream basically. Of course, you're gonna have your side tournaments of all the other games that you play.
Exactly.
If and when I get out to Vegas, I'm trying to get in that Third Strike tournament,
You know
see
it's
what's
going
up
to
with
be
some
a
offline.
side Street
Yeah, that's
Fighter,
gonna be a side tournament.
third strike tournament.
Right.
It's going to be a Street
See
Fighter
what's
4 side tournament. It's
right.
going to be a Blaze Blue side tournament. Everybody's kind of whining right now. And, people are upset. Street Fighter 4, for some reason, after all the pros came out and said they're not playing Street Fighter 4 anymore, and they're
Yeah.
just moving on to Street Fighter 5. So of course Evo said, you know what? We're not going to do Street Fighter 4.
Yep.
And it seems
Mhm.
like in backlash to Marvel 3 and Smash Melee, because those are two old games and they're still going to be main Evo tournaments and they're going to be finals on Saturday and Sunday.
Mhm.
For whatever reason, Ultra players are upset.
I think the difference with that is with the major players saying they're not going to play, we don't have the star power to do that. And there's no stars there. You know who to look for playing Melee. You know who to look for playing 4. You know who to look for playing MKX. You know who's going to be in 5, all the heavy hitters. Ultra is like, are we going to, who's going to be the infiltration of this year? Who's going to be the Taquito? Who's going to be the Gamma B? Who's going to be the dark horse that somehow makes a Mike Ross type of run and makes
Mhm.
top 8? We don't
Yeah.
have that. And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I watched the KIT Ultra stream. Man, it was horrible. it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
pools were
bad.
bad. Pools were bad in KIT Ultra. I felt like I could beat some of those cats,
I would
and
have made it out pools.
and I know it's offline is a different animal, and it's a different animal when you're on stream and you have that pressure. But play and execution is play and execution, and I didn't see quality execution amongst the newer players. Now, of course, you had your main stage, your K Brads, your Knuckle Dudes,
Who
your
showed up and
Hamads,
showed
who
out.
showed up and showed out. But the guys that were newer, who were this is the last tournament, this is my time to get in there, or to even prepare for Street Fighter 5 and get tournament experience. They didn't.
Mhm.
They looked like they were new to
They're there for
tournament
turn four.
experience,
Yeah.
and I who's to say? I mean, that's probably what happened to us when we get into tournaments. But
Yeah.
as
No
an
for winning the
outsider
whole
looking
thing.
in, they didn't impress me at
Take it
all,
off.
and I
Then,
feel like I could bop you. So
yes, yes. But to get back on track with Evo though, out of the 9 games that was placed, I'm very happy. Me personally, I much rather see Blaze Blue in the slot of Guilty Gear, but I think they may have had some inside knowledge about Blaze Blue not being ready yet. And with Guilty Gear is going to be a brand new game, new characters introduced. I think Blaze may not
And
have
I
been
think
ready
because
yet.
wasn't Guilty Gear the game where old boy got excited and thought he won?
Yes, yes.
yes, that was the
So
one that
So
was shown on
it's
ESPN.
that's
yeah,
honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what got on ESPN. So that's honestly the main reason why Guilty Gear got
good
that
point.
spot.
Good
yeah,
point.
And Mr. Wizard said specifically he said we need to have another moment like that. People are excited. People want to see
yeah.
what happened. So yeah, that's why Guilty Gear got that spot. Oh, also, if y'all don't know, the 9 games, so 9 whole total Evo games. We're going to do Street Fighter 5. Pokken tournament. So people are upset about that. You may not have heard about it if you don't really follow fighting games like that. But it's a Pokemon meets Tekken. It's kind of awkward, kind of weird to explain.
It's arena battle.
But it's an arena battle, kind of like Pokemon battle, but it's in the
With
game
combos.
kind of mechanics.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
combos.
it has mechanics like Tekken, but with the Pokemon moves.
Mhm.
So, and it's a game that's been out in Japan for a couple months now, almost a year, and they've been playing it pretty heavy, and we're just now getting it for the Wii U. It's come. I think it hasn't come out yet. It's about to come out in March.
Yeah.
So that's coming out in March. So they're taking a leap of faith because they have such a big Smash Brothers following, and Smash Brothers. I mean, for the most part, they started off because it was it was Pokemon. I mean, then they added all the other Nintendo characters, and so people love that, and everybody loves Pokemon. So we're gonna try this whole Pokken thing that's been doing really well overseas.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been playing it hard. I've seen some crazy streams. I don't know what they're saying, but it looks hype. It looks hype. So Pokken is one. Other than that, obviously, like I just said, they're gonna have Smash Brothers 4 as well as Smash Brothers Melee, and that's why some of the Ultra players are like, well, if you didn't put Pokken up there, that's not even a game that's out yet. Why can't we just put Ultra in there, just like we've been had Marvel? Marvel's still in there. People keep saying Marvel's dead, but Marvel won't die until a new Marvel comes out.
I can't say there was announcements made on Twitter from Mr. Wizard and from Markman from Mad Cats that did say that if they are going to have an Ultra side tournament. If it was streamed and stuff, not sure. But if there's enough people that show out and want it, it will be there. So I'm sure that made a lot of people happy. They pretty much all but guaranteed it. They said every other word, but hey, it's going to be there. So It's going to be there. It's just not going to be main stage, which I'm happy for because if the heavy hitter's not there and me being it, God willing,
it don't need to be on stream.
It doesn't
need to be on stream because it's just wasting stream. They're really trying to push fighting games to be more competitive and more exciting to watch. And things that are exciting to watch are close matches. Nobody really wants to watch Daigo beat up on Earl from South Street. Nobody wants to see Momochi beat up on, Sam from Florida. Just because we don't know who he is and he just kind of got here. That's why pools aren't really streamed like that. We just want to weed out all the scrubs, and once we get to the main, you survive from pools, then now we'll watch some good competition. Other than those games, like I said, Street Fighter 5, Ultra, Marvel versus Capcom 3, Pokken Tournament, Smash 4, Smash Melee, obviously Killer Instinct because that's been doing well, and they're the only ones holding out on Xbox, but then they say they're going to run it on PC. So thanks Street Fighter for kind of killing the competitive Xbox One experience. At least from my opinion, it seems like Street Fighter 5 said we're going to be PlayStation exclusive, also PC, but we're going to be PlayStation 4 exclusive. So all the other fighting games that are multi-console, then if you're going to run a tournament, obviously you're going to use a PlayStation. Because Street Fighter is going to be the number 1 or number 2 draw, and so boom, there you go. We're going to use a PlayStation. And Killer Instinct was the only one that's exclusive to Xbox One, but now they're making a PC one, so it makes it a little bit easier.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be the first game ran on PC at Evo.
Yeah.
It's going to be the first PC ran game, which I'm interested to see how that go. I'm sure that makes a lot of players happy because you can use any controller, any fight stick.
Yep.
Whatever you comfortable with using. I mean, I won't be surprised if I see somebody whip out a keyboard and pull out some unblockers on the keyboard. I'll be hyped because you can use
have a wireless keyboard and just sitting there going for on home row.
Yes. So that's going.
Well, they did run it was a side tournament, but they ran that new game, Rising Thunder, that was in kind of in testing and beta form. They did have that as a side tournament at Evo last year. And they said it ran fine. It didn't have any issues. So that's probably why they say, okay, well, we'll do KI on PC this year. So, yeah, man, Evo's going to be fun. Like I said, most of us are going to be out there. Well, a handful of us are going to be out there. So I look forward to bringing that to you guys as well.
And what's the rest of the games, dudes?
Who did I miss? Did I
All
miss
nine.
anybody? Guilty.
Tekken 7.
Yeah. And Tekken 7, let me be specific.
Yes, more
The only
law.
difference is that's the one that's going to end up going to console, but we still don't have a date. So Tekken
Right.
7's been out for a good year and some change now, but it's just been Tekken 7, and now they're calling it Fatal Retribution.
I have a
That's
lot of
basically going to be the console build, but they haven't actually let us know that that even exists. They're just teasing us with it. So I'm probably going to play that a little bit this weekend when I go over to Vegas. They have it at that arcade over there on New York. So I'm gonna go check that out and play some Tekken 7 this weekend for the first time. There are only a few arcades across the country. We don't have a lot. Check your local Dave and Buster's if you're really interested in Tekken 7. I got a little bird tweeted in my ear a couple weeks ago that some of the Dave and Buster's have gotten them, and they haven't quite announced them on the news or on the internet. At first, they only gave us, I think it was 6. It was like in New York and Texas and California. It was six arcade stations. That was it across the entire United States of America. We had 6 arcade stations, but I think they've expanded. I believe one of the Dave and Buster's out here in Arizona got it, and I talked to the manager there, and he said that they just expanded. They just got it a couple weeks ago as a test run. So check your local Dave and Buster's, or that chain. I don't know what the other name for the Dave and Buster's is, but check that arcade bar out if it's anywhere near you guys if you want to play Tekken. But other than that, I think we're good. I think we covered everything we want to cover with today on our tournament edition. We got through all of the tournaments that just passed this past week. It's very busy. A lot of things went down. A lot of money being made, at least by Sonic Fox anyway. He made all
things.
That boy, 18 years old. He won what? He won $200,000 in the last
At least.
last 12,
That's bare minimum.
15 months.
That's bare minimum.
Mortal Kombat hasn't been out a
Because
year.
he's not only just winning Mortal Kombat, like he's winning in Skullgirls and
right.
man,
Injustice, DOA.
Injustice, DOA. His brother also winning. His brother's
number
obviously
one
the
DOA
number
player.
one player. Yeah. So that's what he plays. He plays DOA. He just don't want to play anything else. And that's his brother. So just 2 guys that just good at playing video games, playing against each other, just getting nothing but getting better. So sucks for the rest of us. But he did say he was going to start playing Street Fighter. I heard that. So I'll be interested.
He was playing Laura.
And I was
playing Laura.
I'll be interested to see what Sonic Fox does with Laura, or he also likes to play Karen and Mika, our Mika. So those are his 3. Those are his 3 characters he said he liked. He said he kind of liked Birdie, but he said he was fat and ugly. He didn't want to use him. So, but that's that. But other than that, guys, I'm Ninja Deuce on Twitter. Real easy. You can also follow, like I said, at We Got Leagues on Twitter. And appreciate you guys watching us today. You all can go ahead and say bye too. We got Till.
This is the Till Show on Twitter. Thelonious Monk on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, and that's also the name of my Twitch account.
At Corey Bliss on Twitter. At Corey Bliss on PS4. Young OG 804 on Xbox One, and Twitch is at Corey Bliss as well. You can follow me on all. Hit me up, any questions, concerns. I'm always here to help.
All right. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me again. Y'all my best friends, just like that. But about to get on these here video games. I don't want to talk to you guys no more. I got a limited amount of time before I got to get back to work in the morning, so I'm going to go play some video games. So thanks for watching. You all have a good one. We'll catch up with you guys on the second Thursday of next month. We might see you a little early if there's a surprise. But until then, have a good one. Appreciate you guys hanging out in the Fight Club.
Deuces.